Life is unpredictable, but how you prepare for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. Whether to cover debts and routine expenses or even invest the money and earn interest over time. With Policy Genius, finding and buying life insurance is simple. You can compare quotes from top insurers and could find coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Plus, they offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. It's an easy way to feel good about and plan for the future. No wonder Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to PolicyGenius.com to compare top-rated life insurance policies, get your lowest quote, and make a smart move in under 10 minutes. That's PolicyGenius.com.
Welcome back to Used to Sew, a podcast about sewing machines, sewing history, and sewing culture in the past and present. I am your producer and co-host, Aradia, daughter of your main host, T.R. Kelly, who is here today to talk to you about another Tales of Sales story. This one is titled Christmas Eve Guy. In addition to this story, we also talk about choosing what gifts to avoid, what to seek out, and even what you can make instead of buying anything at all. But the most interesting part of the episode is, in my opinion, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, the story. A man walks into a sewing store on Christmas Eve, buys an incomprehensible collection of items, and vanishes into the night. Who was he? Why did he come in? What happened after Christmas morning? All that and more on this week's episode of Used to Sew.
Hi, welcome back to Used to Sew. It's been a while since we've recorded any content. Me, TR, Mom, is currently on the border of Mexico near Yuma, Arizona. This is where I spend the winter. And so if you hear any bombs or military noises, right next to the Yuma Proving Grounds here.
Yeah, this is the first time we've recorded truly remote. The last time we recorded, we were doing test remote in my house. But now we are actually separated by quite a distance.
And you were in your recording studio and I was in your sewing room, which was fun. There was lots of things to get excited about in there. But yeah, now I'm in my RV out in the borderlands of Mexico, and it is currently 78 degrees and sunny. Humidity is below 10%. And yes, I do a lot of sewing outside here. Got the old... Oh, but this is terrible. I brought my treadle down and I forgot the hand wheel.
No!
The big darn hand wheel on the... How you can't... There's just no way. And it's a Davis, so I can't just go out and buy some junk Singer or something and throw a wheel on. So I'm not...
Bummer.
So I'm sewing on the Featherweight and the Elna, and that's good. But I was really looking forward to using that Davis vertical feed for some, like, heavy-duty stuff. Never too many machines. Always take a spare. 2 is 1, 1 is none.
It's so true. And up here, I'm still not sewing as much as I should. It is 50 degrees and raining.
I keep an eye on your weather.
Yeah, we got 1.28 inches this morning, I think, and 1.37, or no, 5.8? No, 3. I forget. There's a lot of numbers. We had over an inch today and over an inch yesterday. So the creek is up. It is loud. It is brown.
Damn. I got military noises. You got flood noises. Welcome to Mars.
It's not quite a flood. It's just as full as it's been for the season yet.
It would be a great, if you're feeling a little funky, it's winter, we're getting close to the darkest day here in the Northern Hemisphere. It's a good time to go in your sewing room, turn all the lights, crank up the tunes, turn on all the sewing machines, and just sort buttons or something. Anything. Just get in a sewing room, get in a creative space.
Oh,
And
speaking
for me,
of
that, what?
my one of my other grandmas sent me a bunch of buttons. a bunch of old family buttons in like old cigar tubes. And according to her, there's a piece of paper in there with her grandmother's handwriting on it that I have not found yet. But yeah, I just got another infusion of old buttons because I was telling Grandma about our conversation about buttons last time we recorded. And she was like, wait, you want some buttons? So yes, now I have more family buttons to sort through.
Way to luck out on that. So this just ties into this whole family sewing culture thing. It's like, wait, buttons? Sure, I have some. And, you know, some of those are those family buttons, do you know?
I mean, they're from a wide range of time, but they were all collected off of garments that my ancestors were wearing. Yes.
That's how we were talking about on how people used to save all their notions when the clothes were worn out. You pick out the hooks and eyes and zippers and buttons and you save those things. So that you've got a jar of actual family buttons, that is really cool.
Yeah, or at least the spares that came with garments, you know, where they send you with one extra to go with the garments. And like now it's just, you know, a large sandwich bag full of those.
I haven't been actually down to Yuma is my closest city here, and it does have some excellent thrift stores. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking for is jars of buttons. In addition to the usual little bits I like to collect, which is bias tape. I love bias tape. It's so colorful and pretty and easy to store. Silly stuff. Christmas. You know, we're in the United States here, and Christmas is the dominant winter holiday. There are many winter holidays, but since we're talking about history and all that stuff, I'm going to just default to Christmas here, not to slight anyone else's holiday. I think Radia and I are way more tuned into solstice, and you even do Hanukkah, right?
Yep, I do Hanukkah. Hanukkah is very late this year. It actually starts in the middle of Christmas rather than before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I very much feel more aligned to the solar celestial calendar than I do to the American commercial calendar, despite the commercial calendar's desperate attempts to get me to buy in. I refuse.
Yeah, it's like Christmas is sort of a social event that happens all around me.
Exactly.
You know, all the pagan and astronomical roots of deep winter celebrations. I can still grok that. I love the lights, the food.
I mean, I do have a tree. I did bring a straggly little tree inside and put lights on it. Because, I need the decoration, the smell, the vibe.
How Scandinavian and Germanic of you. But anyway, back to the topic, Christmas. And Christmas in the United States, as Rady just said, is commercial. And you're supposed to buy people gifts. This, to me, was always the most stressful part of the holidays because I don't really like to receive gifts that I don't know what it is, or am I supposed to pretend I like it? And then trying to get something for somebody else and feeling that same squidginess. It's like, what do you get somebody unless you know they've got a hobby? Now this gets dangerous. You know they have a hobby, and if they're, even a little kid, a lot of little kids will have hobbies that they're really into. I really got to have this thing. And then you're kind of like, okay, there's, especially if it's a little kid, there's all kind of things you can get. But if it's someone who's 40, 50, 60 years old and they've had this hobby for a long time, they have all the stuff. You don't need to buy them anything. They probably already have it, unless they've let you know that they really need the XYZ squidginator and they marked the calendar page and all those things. And then, you're pretty good. But let me just take you back to House of Fabric's Singer Department, 1987, I think it was. We were open. I mean, this is the 80s, the era of prosperity. The normal store hours were 9 to 9. And nobody has those kind of store hours anymore.
No.
So here I am, and Christmas Eve, okay, we'll close at 6. So 9 in the morning to 6 at night. Just in, people, what are you going to buy at a fabric store on Christmas Eve, right? It was usually pretty dead, except for the sewing machine department, because we've got all these people coming in here. I gotta get Mom something for Christmas. So I'd always, okay, here's something you can get any machine sewer on your list. It's probably 90% gonna be great needles. Get needles. Mm-hmm. They always need needles. Needles are something that wear out. Buy one of those variety packs. So if they actually need a leather needle or a heavy elastic needle, it'll be in there. This is $20 well spent, well appreciated. Don't buy bobbins. You don't know what machine they have. Don't buy thread. People have their favorites. And God, don't buy a sewing machine unless, okay, you got a 12-year-old daughter who wants a sewing machine. Yes, buy her a sewing machine. Your 60-year-old grandma, she's got her favorite, and you've heard that terrible story where the kids came in and took her old machine away while she wasn't there and brought a brand new one. Broke her heart.
Don't do that.
Because the new one was crap and her old one was an old friend, right? So this is the consumerist thing about gifts. What does the person really want or need? All right, here comes... Let's just call him George. That's a good Christmas name from It's a Wonderful Life. George. George comes bombing in to the sewing machine department. The store Christmas music is blasting. Hi there. What can I do for you tonight? I need a present for my wife. You need a present for your wife. Oh, is this guy in trouble? Is he in the doghouse? Why? But he's very mild-mannered, George, and he comes in and, I want to buy a present for my wife. What is she, I want to buy her a new sewing machine. Does she have a sewing machine? Oh, she's got several. Oh. Okay, we're talking somebody serious. Does she have a serger? What's that?
Oh, okay.
He doesn't even know anything about. Oh, she's got sewing machines. He doesn't. Like I said, this is a serger, and I point to one. They're obviously odd-looking little things. He goes, no, she doesn't have that. Oh, well. He goes, then he's whipping out his wallet already.
Wow.
I go, would you like to see a demonstration? He goes, I don't know a goddamn thing about this. I just want to buy the best one of those that you got. Okay, I'll be right back. Here's me tipping in my little shoes back to the stock room. I pick up the 14U64 3/4 thread convertible serger. It retails for $5.99. 99.
Wow.
And this is 1987. I'm still trying to remember this. And so I bring this thing out and I said, now this comes with free lessons and she doesn't even have to bring the machine in. She can come in and learn on our store machine. He's like, great, whatever, blah, meow. I'm like, something's just off here, right? But I write up the ticket and I said, now she's going to want a service agreement. Sure. Bam, easy sale for me on that. He goes, does it come with thread and all that? Oh, no. And right now, the store, they're starting to shut off the lights. It's close to 6 o'clock. It's Christmas Eve. Everybody wants to home. The manager's going, finish that sale so I can close the registers. And here's George just acting pretty okay. Maybe she needs some new scissors, too. So I'm running around the store gathering up all kinds of stuff. The serger was $600, sewing, service agreement, blah, blah, blah. His bill wound up being $1,100.
Wow.
Thread, scissors, extra serger needles. She just kept piling stuff. And I'm like, $1,100. I'm calculating my commission, and I'm very feeling very Santa-like at this point. Like, Santa has visited me with a great sale. So, but on the other hand, I'm kind of dreading when the wife comes into the store in January. Is she going to hate this present? Is she going to want to bring everything back? Is she, whatever? Is she going to come back and be really hard to teach? I mean, she didn't ask for this machine. Her husband just bought it. Here, honey, here's a present. Bam. So the whole month of January, when's Mrs. George going to come in for her serger lesson? She never did.
What?
She never came. She never came in.
What?
I never heard of Mr. or Mrs. George again. I tried calling the number that he'd given me, and it was disconnected.
What?
This is the most mysterious Christmas sale ever. Was that Santa? Was he buying that for somebody? I don't know. But this guy coming in at 5:30 on Christmas, all nonchalant, spending $1,100 for presents for his wife, just kind of hoovering up all the expensive notions, and yeah, I'll take a serger, and then never to hear from the sale went through. Credit card was fine. I earned nearly $100 commission on that sale. I was pretty darn happy about it.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my weirdest Christmas sale right there. I mean, I dreaded her coming in for some reason, and then she just never did.
That is so strange.
It's like that assignment is due, but it never, the assignment's due, but the teacher's not picking up the papers yet. So yeah, that was the second weirdest sale ever after that first one that I told you in the early episodes about the lady that just came in and bought all the expensive stuff because basically she needed furniture for her new sewing room that her husband just built for her.
Right,
It's like husbands.
Yeah.
Husbands, if you're going to buy something for the wife's primary hobby, maybe you should get to know a little more about it.
That's so strange. It almost, it does sound like
strange.
that was some sort of weird gift that was being made and like.
Well, the guy was really calm and odd too, and he never said his wife's name. Just my wife. So maybe he was buying it for his mistress.
I mean,
I don't know.
setting up like an illicit workshop, like helping someone out with like a, gray market workshop. Like,
I've got like 6 or 7 really weird sales stories that we'll get to over the course of this podcast. And that one is just always, I still think about it. And I still can see that guy's mild-mannered, just calm face. And it's like, just trying to figure out what that was all about. So I think he was Santa Claus.
I like that interpretation.
Back to Christmas and sewing. So if you want to get the sewer on your list, pretty much never going to fail with needles or scissors, because you can never have enough scissors either. But one thing to know, and some husbands actually don't know this, is your partner right or left-handed?
It is important. I have managed to become ambidextrous with scissors because I was just so fed up with a world where I couldn't use scissors that I just made myself learn how to be ambidextrous with scissors. But most people cannot manage that. Most people, if you're a lefty, you're stuck. Like scissors are really, really hard for people to learn. I don't know how I managed. I just did. But I also have left-handed scissors, and I prefer using them to using right-handed scissors.
Yeah.
Even though I vastly prefer the left-handed ones.
Do you have a rotary cutter? You don't have a rotary cutter yet.
I don't. I want one. In the Gadgets and Gizmos episode, we talked about them, and I'm like, man, like, I know what knives I want in the kitchen, but I have no idea what cutting implements I need to be adding to my sewing room. Like, I need a rotary cutter.
I'd been without one for years, and I just recently went down to one of the local quilt stores, not a chain store, a local quilt store, and paid a whole lot of money because I wanted to support the quilt store. I could have got it way cheaper from Wawac, which is an online supplier of all sewing stuff, but I wanted to support my local quilt store, so I bought a brand new rotary cutter and mat. I already had a few rulers that I had saved out of your house that I took back.
Nice.
But, oh my God, I was trimming quilt blocks the other night, squaring them all up with the ruler, and I was like, oh, I remember how easy this is now. Yeah, a rotary cutter, I would definitely put that up in the new, improved, not truly a Thneed. You might not want to buy one for someone for a gift, though. It can be a little intimidating. It's something that if someone says, oh, I'd sure like to have one of those, then blaze away, Go to the fabric store and get, ask your friendly, hey, what do I need? My person I want to give a gift to wants a rotary cutter set. Set me up. You'll probably spend $75 for a cutter, knife, and a few rulers, and that's about right. And then you want to get a little pack of 5 extra blades. Blum, yeah. And like I said, sewing machine needles, always a good gift. And tried and true gift cards. Of course, by the time you all hear this, it's going to be after Christmas anyway. But maybe their birthday or something's coming up.
Well, if you're like us and you don't do gifts on a regular schedule, you just kind of do them whenever.
Yeah.
Then
go.
this is evergreen advice,
That's true. Anytime you need a gift for someone, okay, you got someone that is really into sewing or quilting or whatever, go to your local quilt store. Not Joann Fabric, not Hancock Fabric, not House of Fabric, stupid store. I don't even know if they're still in business. Go to your local thing and get a gift card. That's always easy because you're improving the economy of that store and you're letting your recipient pick out what they want. So gift giving for sewing people. Please don't get, what do you call it, tchotchkes? Little world's best sewing grandma mugs and things like. If this doesn't serve an actual functional purpose, don't buy it. It's just more stuff. However, if you painted a picture of grandma at the sewing machine, that is priceless. Go for
it. Yeah. I mean, crafting is crafting, regardless of medium. Yeah. I really, really, really need to finish the Christmas gift I'm currently making in my sewing room. I've talked about it like 1,000 times on this podcast. I'm going to finish it someday.
Let's turn this around now. If you were a sewer and you're sewing gifts, you're making a stuffed animal for, is it a little baby person?
No, this is an adult person.
An adult person. Same thing. Everybody needs a stuffy to hold. I have a stuffed chicken.
I have so many stuffed animals. And yes, this has been a project long in waiting.
Oh, if you know someone is a fan of a particular animal and you make a stuffed one, oh, what an awesome gift. What an awesome gift that is. Also, really awesome sewn gifts for people that you really don't know their preferences. Kitchen mitts and pot holders are always fun. Easy to make.
I need some of those in my house. All my kitchen mitts and pot holders suck. I really need to make some. And if I make some for myself, odds are I'm going to feel like making a whole bunch. And then maybe one of these Christmases I'll have a fleet to give away. I keep telling myself that every year. One of these years it'll happen.
Do you remember the year I did that?
Vaguely. And that's where my inspiration comes from.
I think you were like 10 or 11. And that
sounds about right.
And me and Randy decided we were going to assembly line some mitts, but what we did was no two were alike because I was doing strip quilting for the top part where your hand, the part you see, and then there was old wool blanket inside with another lining. It was a really nice thing, but when you cut out 20 at a time and sew them assembly style, we should do that. Maybe you and me should do that. We should just make a freaking bunch of them.
That's a plan for next summer when you're up here.
Yeah. Ooh. Those are, okay. I'm getting great ideas. Sewn gifts. Sewn gifts. Things for the home. Things for, look at somebody's style. If somebody likes to wear fun hats, hats are fun to make.
Yeah.
Look in the back section of the pattern thing for, hats and fun. Bags are good. Those little zipper cosmetic bags that you can whip those out. And you can make them in prints for guys, too. Because guys need a place to keep their meds and their vape and their chapstick and all that stuff.
No, they don't. They have pockets.
Yeah, but in the truck.
That's true. Yeah.
Glasses cases are another fun thing. I still have some that you made.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't wear out.
Gifts for sewers, gifts from sewers.
I have a set of washcloths that I commissioned from a friend, Emily.
Oh, yeah.
I commissioned those, not as gifts, but actually as a project when we first moved to college.
Yeah.
And I still have all of them. They have been my sponges in the kitchen for like 12 years at this point.
Wow. And that's like crocheted out of really good stuff, right?
Yeah, they were chunky polyester crocheted squares, and they have worked as single-use.
Awesome.
They are my single-use sponges. I use them for a day, maybe even just one session of washing the kitchen down and doing dishes and stuff, and then I just throw them in the laundry, and they have recycled around and around and around and saved who knows how much plastic in.
How many of those fake plastic
Exactly.
sponges and wrappers have you not? Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, and it wasn't a gift. It was something that I had specifically bought, but like the power of handcraft, right? Like every time I use them, I'm like, one of my friends literally tied these knots together to like make this item that continues to function. Some of them are pretty worn out, have like holes in the middle and stuff, but others are just like, all they've done is lose their color. They're much duller than they were, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I have used those things out at your house. They are, and they're just so full of personality.
Yeah, each one is individual. They've all got their own individual personalities.
You know, as we're railing on about the third pillar of our podcast here, which is avoiding waste and fast fashion and plastic fabrics and stuff, this is a really awesome example, these things you're talking about. Because, like, I use, for instance, rechargeable batteries. I buy a brick of rechargeables every year, and I just like, man, I go through a lot of batteries. And if I was buying single use, packaging, junk, ugh. You know, down here in the desert, folks, I'm off grid. I'm living in an RV in the middle of the desert with solar panels. So this podcast, my featherweight, I mean, everything is powered by this free electricity that's just falling out of the sky. And I know that's not practical for you, Radio. You've had like day 23 of fog and clouds there in Oregon.
I mean, I hear solar technology is getting really good with clouds, but yeah, this last week has been the dark, heavy clouds where you can just feel how wet they are, you know, just raining. And it's the clouds that drove you down to the desert. Like we are in the peak of the trough right now, you know?
This is year 8 down here. Yeah, I don't really seek the heat. It's the sun that I need for seasonal affective disorder, and even the sewing room won't help.
Yeah.
But hopefully next week I will be taking a trip down to Bonnie's Fabric on Wheels.
Ooh.
The economy down here in Yuma, Arizona is very seasonal, and in the winter the town doubles in size with winter visitors, or as they're called, snowbirds. Canadians and United Statesians, estadounidenses, escaping your weather, coming down here. And so there's this place called the Arizona Mall, and it's brutally hot here in the summer, so nobody does anything. Everybody just stays home. But this time of year, it's hopping. I mean, there's things happening. So there's this huge mall that pops up. It's a mall. It's an open air mall, but it's covered. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
Is no outer walls. There's just all these stalls inside.
Right, so you're shielded from the sun, but the air can blow through.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of stuff. They're all powered and everything. It's not like a flea market. But there's one called Bonnie's Fabric on Wheels at the Arizona Market in Yuma, Arizona. It's a quilt store that sets up. And the first thing you see when you walk in is a sign that says, if your dog pees on it, you bought it.
That seems reasonable.
So many people down here are the little dog on a string that goes with them everywhere. Yep, 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 yep. But man, they've got everything in there that you'd need for a quilt. I mean, they've got featherweight parts, they've got batting and backing and all the fabrics, and it's just this like, oh. So I'm going to go in there and do a little walk through on that. Just, you know, we're everywhere. Sewists, we set up in the desert and sell fabric.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's enough for this time. Gift giving, gift receiving, gift making, strange customers, and yeah, we'll do Spanish sewing terms in another episode.
Yeah, I'll put that on the list. That'd be a good topic.
Sewing machine, máquina de coser, old sewing machines. Let's see, that would be Viejo Máquina. I'll figure that out. Okay, from the borderlands. Stay threaded.
Bye. And there you have it. A tale of a sale set in the dark winter holiday season. What do you think was going on with George and his mysterious purchase? Do you have a theory we didn't think of? Let us know in the comments on Spreaker, on our Facebook or Instagram pages, or on our Patreon. We also talked about gift giving in the context of sewing, both in terms of what items to get for sewers and what items sewers can create to give away. Once I'm done with publishing this episode, I'm headed into my sewing room to finish my lone gift for this year. I'm recording this on the winter solstice, so there really isn't any time left to procrastinate. As a reminder, we are unofficially sponsored by Stagecoach Road Vintage Sewing Machine, who do repairs and restorations. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can support us by sharing the podcast with your friends, and also with money, at patreon.com/usedtosew. Thank you for listening to us here at Used to Sew. We always welcome your additions, corrections, and feedback in general. Please reach out to us via email at usedtosew@gmail.com. Used to Sew is a production of Fox and Raven Media. For more podcasts from Fox and Raven Media, visit our website at foxandravenmedia.com.